I became involved out of a desire to want to be involved and an opening coming up, a possibility for something that supported my unique abilities. And so it was an invitation to come and offer the celebration of lives. I've wanted to be a hospice nurse and my career hasn't led me here. And I love the work that hospice does, and so I jumped at the chance. The Celebration of Life is a monthly gathering where people who have lost a loved one in the month previous are invited to come together in community to celebrate the lives of those that they've lost, to come and to remember, and to really have some support in that process of grief. One thing that's been interesting is the grief work for me that has come out of this, because I really see that people often don't know what grief is or how to be with grief. And so that piece has evolved. And so we come together and the volunteers put together this beautiful tea, and the room is set up beautifully. Family pictures are displayed, beautiful roses are brought, and the names are spoken and remembered as we come together in community to celebrate the life. Actually, it's a very precious time for me in the service because I take the roses down and I offer them to each family to take a rose of remembrance of the life that they've come to celebrate. My favorite is when there's extra roses and that I can allow anybody or invite people to take for people who might not be present. And so it's a time of connecting with the people, of allowing that opportunity of one-on-one interaction as they can choose the exact rose that they want to take home and have as that special memory. I think coming back to Hospice House, to have it on site, is really important. To come back to the place where there was joy, where there was pain, where there was loss, where there was a lot of caring and love, and to come together to remember in this community, to receive the support, and to do the healing that's required in the process of grief. The other thing that I noticed societally lately is people opting not to have a service. And something that I really know is that oftentimes that can be very painful for the survivors. And it may be the person's desire to have no service, and people are left not coming into community, not having that ability to come together and grieve. And so it's a time to learn a little bit about grief in the process, but to come together and really have that remembrance. To me, it's a very sacred time and very meaningful. I've experienced many losses in my life, and I've learned a lot about grief as a nurse. And as I say in the service, I've learned that North American culture wants the neat and tidy package of grief done within a week, and God forbid you cry, and God forbid that maybe you do something a little bit different, right? And so it's that way of letting people know that, you know what, they're okay, and that there is support, that they're not alone. And it sounds funny, but I stand up at the front and just love them. It's a time for me of really being able to love and to give back to this amazing hospice and hopefully support the people, which I hear we do fairly well. Good job.